How you doing? It's Andrew Robles here. Today, we have our first guest. She is entrepreneur, businesswoman. She's also owner of the magazine, Beverly Hills Living Magazine, and momentum has never been higher. I recently went to one of her events. It was a lot of fun. So I'd like to welcome Ashleigh.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Drew.
So tell us, what have you been up to lately?
Um, Lately, I am working on my top 40 under 40 for Beverly Hills Living Magazine, and just working to make it really special and keep the magazine going at the pace it's going at. And I have one of the best sponsors. He happens to be sitting right next to me.
So how did we meet? Why don't you tell the listeners how we met?
This is the power of social media. So I was scrolling my Instagram, wasn't thinking about the magazine, and one of your short reels popped up, and you were in Beverly Hills talking about what you do. And I thought, this guy is so cool. I need to know who he is. So I clicked on your ad and messaged you. And that same day, we came to Gravitas, had coffee, and that's where it all began.
Literally happened that day. It was just because I understand my schedule. I know that Saturdays pretty free. I like to have go to the gym, have work. I call it workflow Saturdays. So you go to the gym, you exercise, and you relax. And then sometimes I'll just go to Gravitas. I'll come here and work and mingle at the same time. Like if I network, I network. But at the end, I'm in what's called a relaxed work environment. So you were local, and I believe that you have to strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. You immediately called or you texted and you're like, let's meet. How's Gravitas? And I didn't even know where you were located. And it was just like the most perfect timing, perfect synergy. We met, and it's just been such a pleasure because not only do you support the magazine and I get to highlight you, look at where we are now.
Yes. So things are, again, in regards to that, I talk about, in my most recent business meeting with my team, we talked about three things. We talked about motivation, optimization, and cultivation. So cultivation is when you're cultivating. So you can network, right? You go to this event, you go to a gala, you go to a networking event, and you meet people, business cards, Oh, I met this person. Cultivation is developing those relationships. It's cultivating means, hey, it's a quick email or a quick text. Hey, I really enjoyed meeting you. I love the fact that you're a doctor. Would love to have coffee with you, or would love to get together with you, right? So whenever you go to an event, business event, networking event, you get all these business cards, email or text the person after you met them. What's the point of going to the event and meeting all these people if there's no follow-up?
I think it's because of the fear, because you think, okay, I have this amazing contact, but you get like one opportunity to strike while the iron's hot, and you don't want to mess it up. That's something I suffer from. Is I go to an event like the chamber event where I had the magazine booth, and I got so many cards. I don't even know if I reached out to all of them, but the reason is because you want it to be organic and you don't want it to feel like a business call. Because I agree, like those 3 steps that you mentioned, that's like us. How everything rolls naturally. We keep empowering each other and you keep growing together. So
it's kind of like you get their business card, you follow each other on social media, and then that's pretty much it. So it should be quick. It should just be like, hey, nice meeting you. Look forward to getting together with you. Because at the end of the day, they're probably just as busy as you are. So they're not. It's not like they're planning on seeing you the next week. It could be 2 weeks from now. It could be even a month. But it's at least like, so for me, for example, when I met Eric Peterson, right, at your event, that was an architect who just so happens to be building and doing, developing projects in Arizona and in Pacific Palisades and in Malibu. So that event and that connection came from your event. So things are happening out because you put them together.
Thanks for acknowledging that.
So that's great. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I've always been good at connecting people, and I've always been good at putting on events. And now with the magazine, I get to have like the epicenter of it, and it's unbelievable.
So tell us about, I think it'd be interesting, is tell us about what it was like going to the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce. Didn't you meet the mayor?
Yeah.
Of Beverly Hills?
Dr. Sharona Nazarian is the first female Iranian mayor of Beverly Hills, and she is just incredible. Everything she's doing, all these new initiatives, she's innovative, she's exciting the younger generation, which is something you and I have spoken about. You know, Beverly Hills, and that's also why Gravitas was made, to ignite a fire in this younger generation and bring that out into Beverly Hills.
Awesome. I think what inspired us, or what inspired you as well, is like some of our voice memos and even our first meeting, I was like, this should be a podcast.
You knew then?
Because it was the most random.
I take full credit then.
It was
for
the most
all of
random
this.
shit. It was the most random venting. Novikov's, bar is too small, right? The food at Avra is not good. How do we make Beverly Hills food better?
Yeah.
So it was just the most sporadic.
I know. We were really on a brainstorm session on how to improve things that are beautiful and stunning and working, but you're always thinking, how to get to the next level and how to, so you have an eye. And you're creative, not just a businessman, but also creative. And that's a really good combination to have.
Yeah. So thank you so much for that. I think, so in regards to FB, what we've been working on, and I think we've talked about it as well. So, when you think of an area like Pacific Palisades, it's not so much a construction project or building a house. We're talking about someone's home. There's an emotional connection to Pacific Palisades. People literally cry when they think about their house being burned down, or their kids being ripped out of school, or their kids being ripped. I mean, imagine being a senior and you're about to graduate, and you can't even graduate. Not only can you not graduate, you don't even have a house to live in.
Yeah.
So those type of things, I think it's what drives when FB Corp wakes up in the morning. We're driven because we want to make an impact, and we want to create that change. So that's what we do as a general contractor, as a builder, to create that. That's why we're so active. That's why we're so vocal. That's why we're here. That's why we talk. That's why there's a microphone and a headset on me. So to let people know that FB Corp is here we're the general contractor of the people.
I love that. Let's put that in your next expert contributor article coming up next quarter.
That should be. So
I love it.
Okay, so tell everybody what it was like working with me for a month on October issue.
You really want me to tell?
Tell them.
You mean like the whole process of everything?
Process.
Well, firstly, you're very busy. Secondly, you have a whole team. Third, I have a vision for what I would like the magazine to look like and continue to, present itself as. And you were really good. You were hands-on. You knew what you wanted. And we came together and we made the most gorgeous ad, the gorgeous space in the magazine that is aesthetically beautiful and represents who you are so well. And I'm honored that you're an expert contributor, because every quarter we get to hear exactly like what you just said in a nutshell, like so nicely packaged. And that makes me feel like I'm doing my job right. So I'm honored to have you in the magazine.
And I'm there the next 12 months and beyond. Probably longer than 12 months.
Longer.
And I'm hoping. So tell listeners about your magazine. Tell us, what is your magazine?
So Beverly Hills Living is a resident exclusive magazine. It goes out to the most affluent homes in Beverly Hills based on home ownership and home value. The reason being is because those are the people that lay their roots here, and those are the people that want to know what's going on in their community. So, like the chamber event, they open it. They're like, well, I was there. Maybe I'm in it. It's so much fun to see who you are, what you're doing. And then they also know that sponsors like you are the ones making the magazine possible to go out there. So they reciprocate and you brand yourself. That's the difference between this magazine and all the other phenomenal magazines, is that it's a branding machine and we brand you as the go-to. So we are happy to brand you.
So with your magazine, one of the things that I liked about it was I think that there's articles, like we talked about this, was that there's articles or there's magazines that is like, oh, look at me, I'm in a magazine, but yet no one's gonna read it. It's like, look at me, I'm cool, I'm on a magazine. But with you, I knew that there was actual value. Someone, maybe it's an elderly lady. She's scrolling through the magazine and she calls me because she needs her kitchen remodeled. Maybe she needs her roof redone, or new windows, or new doors, or she wants a new closet. So I saw that, for sure, one customer, one phone call was going to pay for
the whole thing,
pay for everything. Yeah.
Well,
so that was the value I thought in your magazine.
I love that, because it's consistency, and consistency creates trust. And that's how we function as human beings. And it's honest, true, and organic. So the more that the readers see you, and when the time comes, they'll know, I know him and he's who I want. And especially with those expert contributor articles, you're giving the community advice. You're not asking for anything in return. And that also creates trust. So I do think it's a really good formula. I know there's a lot of great magazines in the community out there. But this one really does, it hits the hearts of the homes. And I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of it.
Super, super nice. So I like to end the show with what I call the lesson of the week. So organic relationships win, right? Mm-hmm. Us working together, we came from, I hope this actually, to be honest with you, now that I think about it, I hope this inspires somebody. So I ran my ad on Instagram. She found me. We've been friends now for 2 months. I'm not only our client, we're friends. And now we're building something together, multiple things, multiple projects. And this doesn't happen. Let me tell you something. This doesn't happen if you're a mouse, okay? If you're a mouse and you don't talk and you don't say anything and you want to hide behind the screen, no one's going to know who you are. So everybody wants the cheese, but the way you get the cheese is you got to run on that wheel. So she's a runner. I'm a runner. I basically called Ashleigh a mouse that eats cheese on a wheel. But that's what we do, and that's how we win. What do you say?
I think that's an interesting way to put it. I was thinking you were going to say there are people that can be like mice, but they can grow, and then they can be the lion.
They can grow and be the lion. Okay, that's what we are.
We're
the lions hunting zebras. That's what we are.
Now we're in the Kruger.
Other than that, that's pretty much. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You'll definitely be back, and let's keep building.